The 2021 World Council for Gifted and Talented Children Awards. World Council Distinguished Service Award, Julia Link Roberts. Julia Link Roberts, Ed.D., is the Mahurin Professor of Gifted Studies at Western Kentucky University. Dr. Roberts is the Executive Director of the Center for Gifted Studies and the Carroll Martin Gatton Academy of Mathematics and Science in Kentucky. Her involvement with the World Council for Gifted and Talented Children began at the World Conference in Salt Lake City in 1985. Dr. Roberts has participated in 15 World Conferences, served as a U.S. delegate, been a member of the Executive Committee, and is concluding a 4-year term as President of the World Council. She was instrumental in bringing the headquarters of the World Council to Western Kentucky University in 2011. World Council Distinguished Service Award, Leonie Kronborg. Dr. Leonie Kronborg, Adjunct Senior Lecturer, Educational Psychology and Inclusive Education, Faculty of Education, Monash University. Leonie developed and coordinated gifted education at the pre-service, graduate, and postgraduate level for 25 years in the Faculty of Education, Monash University, Australia. Leonie is Vice President of the World Council for Gifted and Talented Children and Editor-in-Chief of the Journal for the WCGTC, Gifted and Talented International. She's also served as an Australian delegate, chair of the Awards and Scholarship Committee, and contributed to the Academic Committee for various world conferences. Through her work with GTI, she facilitated the creation of a publishing agreement with Taylor & Francis. International Creativity Award, Barbara Kerr. Barbara Kerr, Ph.D., holds an endowed chair as Distinguished Professor of Counseling Psychology at the University of Kansas and is an American Psychological Association Fellow. Her M.A. from The Ohio State University and her Ph.D. from the University of Missouri are both in counseling psychology. Her research has focused on the development of talent, creativity, and optimal states, while training psychologists and counselors to be talent scouts who provide positive, strength-based services. She founded the Guidance Laboratory for Gifted and Talented at the University of Nebraska, was Associate Director of the Bell and Blank National Center for Gifted and Talented at the University of Iowa, and co-director of the National Science Foundation Project for Talented At-Risk Girls at Arizona State University. She is the editor of the recent Encyclopedia of Giftedness, Creativity, and Talent Development, and author of Smart Girls, A New Psychology of Girls, Women, and Giftedness, a handbook for counseling gifted and talented, co-author of Smart Boys, Talent, Masculinity, and the Search for Meaning, counseling girls and women, and over 100 articles, chapters, and papers in the area of giftedness, talent, and creativity. She currently directs the Counseling Laboratory for the Exploration of Optimal States at the University of Kansas, a research through service program that identifies and guides creative adolescents. With Karen Moulton, she has co-directed the NSF project Milestones and Danger Zones for STEM Women. International Award for Research, François Gagné. François Gagné, Ph.D., is a retired professor of UQAM, Université du Québec à Montréal. Dr. Gagné has devoted over 40 years of his professional career to the field of academic talent development, aka gifted education. He has won major awards, among them an award in 1993 from the American Mensa Association for his research on gender differences in high abilities, an award from Gifted Child Quarterly in 1994 for Best Article of the Year, and another Mensa Award in 1998 for his differentiating model of giftedness and talent. In 1996, he received the Distinguished Scholar Award from the National Association for Gifted Children for significant contributions to the field of knowledge regarding the education of gifted individuals. Special issues of the Journal for the Education of the Gifted, 1992, Volume 22, Number 2, High Ability Studies, 2004, Volume 15, Number 2, in Talent Development and Excellence, 2011, Volume 3, Number 1, have been devoted to his theoretical work. He recently summarized that work in a Routledge book, Differentiating Giftedness from Talent, the DMGT Perspective on Talent Development. A. Harry Passow, International Award for Leadership in Gifted Education, Ann Robinson. Ann Robinson, Ph.D., is a distinguished professor and founding director of the Jody Mahoney Center for Gifted Education at the University of Arkansas, Little Rock, where she coordinates the online graduate programs. She is a past president of the National Association for Gifted Children in the USA and a former editor of Gifted Child Quarterly. Anne is currently an associate editor of Gifted and Talented International, the official scholarly journal of the World Council for Gifted and Talented Children, and serves the World Council as a delegate from the USA. Over the course of her academic career, Anne has secured more than $26 million in external funding for research and service, including 3 Jacob K. Javits demonstration projects in curriculum, instruction, and evaluation. With colleagues, she has co-authored Recommended Practices in Gifted Education, a Critical Analysis, for Teachers College Press, Best Practices in Gifted Education, an evidence-based guide for Proofrock Press, and A Century of Contributions to Gifted Education, Illuminating Lives for Rutledge. Her scholarly work has been recognized with the Gifted Child Quarterly Paper of the Year for a national study of state and local advocacy in gifted education. Emerging Leader Award, Andrew Almazan Anaya. Dr. Andrew Almazan Anaya is Director of the Psychology Department at Centro de Atención al Talento, CEDAT, the largest psychoeducational institute in Latin America for the identification and education of gifted children. He is delegate representative from Mexico at the World Council for Gifted and Talented Children. The Global Quality Foundation presented him with the 2013 International Excelsius Award. He received the Youth Award for the City of Mexico 2010, the Mexican National Psychology Award 2016, and 2020 Harvard Bach Public Service Award. He has 8 university degrees, among them PhD in Education Innovation, Master in Advanced Management, Yale University, Master in Education, Master in Psychology, Harvard University, Bachelor in Medicine, and Bachelor in Psychology. Dr. Almazan has conducted high-impact actions that have involved national government and international NGOs, along with research projects. Dr. Almazan is in charge of developing the first large-scale center for gifted students in Mexico, the CEDAD, which has received over 10,000 cases during the last decade. Among those actions, he has worked for the introduction of federal law policy changes for the attention and recognition of giftedness at schools, the reformation of federal rulings in Mexico to allow students enrolling in university regardless of their age, the design of an annual research conference on gifted and talented topics, and fieldwork to promote the proper assessment of intellectual students based on scientific international standards. His latest project has been the development of a new specific methodology to help direct those who are intellectually gifted at bilingual and indigenous populations within Mexico. Emerging Scholar, M. Alexandra Week. M. Alexandra Week, Ph.D., is a professor of psychology in the Department of Psychology in the Department of Graduate Studies and Research at the School of Philosophy and Human Science at the Universidad Católica Nuestra Señora de la Asunción in Asunción, Paraguay. Additionally, she is principal investigator in talent development projects at OMAPA, multidisciplinary organization for the support of teachers and students. At the National Council for Science and Technology in Paraguay, Dr. Week is ranked as Level 2 researcher, second highest, in the National Program for Researcher Support and in the selection committee for said program. She's the delegate for Paraguay at the World Council for Gifted and Talented Children, associate editor at Gifted and Talented International, and on the editorial board of the Journal for Advanced Academics. Dr. Week pioneered gifted education research, practice, and advocacy in her country. She is the founder of the Acumbe Center for Giftedness and Creativity, the first of its kind in the country, and RedPac Paraguay, a network of professionals working with high-ability students. By means of this advocacy, the Ministry of Education and Sciences organized the first seminar on high-ability students in Paraguay in 2019 with Dr. Week as the keynote speaker, as well as continued discussions for nationwide implementation of evidence-based practices for gifted students. She holds degrees from the University of Kansas, PhD in MS Counseling Psychology, and Emporia State University, MS Special Education in Gifted, Talented, and Creative, BS Psychology and Philosophy. Her research interests include social and emotional development of intellectually and creatively gifted individuals, creative and nonlinear career paths, and personality traits related to these paths. Congratulations to all the award winners.